Hello and welcome to Catalyst Conversations. Today I've got the privilege of being joined by the CEO of YHA, Paul McGrath. Paul, great to have you with us today. Thanks for joining.
Hey Ben. Yeah, thanks Ben. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Excited to learn about your business today.
Yeah, great Ben. Looking forward to sharing everything about YHA, Youth Hostels Association of Australia. Looking forward to having a nice chat and a good catch up.
In terms of getting to know every CEO on Catalyst Conversations, it'd be good to know a little bit about your personal preferences. So tell us, outside the industry, who's your role model?
Yeah, Ben, I'm going to answer this a little bit differently. You may not have known, but probably about 13 years ago, I actually had a struggle and a battle with leukemia. And it was a really difficult time of our lives. You know, I wasn't given many odds or, chances of survival. But during that time, I focused on a mantra, and that mantra was around strength, determination, focus, being constantly engaged with my own thoughts, and really striving to be, the strength and having the determination to get through that. Then if you look at people that have that, I'd probably go to Roger Federer. He's got the strength, he's got the determination, he's got the resilience to fight through anything. And I'd also add on to there, he's actually evolved himself over the generations. And also he's actually, can remain relevant to, not only the people that love him, but also to his competitors and things like that. So a bit of a personal story there for me around, some words that really matter to me, but I think they also manifest themselves in somebody like Federer, to really demonstrate, he's one of those kind of unique individuals.
It's a powerful story, Paul. So thank you for sharing that. I think our experiences, and I can't imagine that experience has probably shaped you in so many ways and made you a lot stronger as a result. So Paul, new CEO, 5 weeks in. Tell us, why has the board hired you? What's your brief?
Yeah, the brief, Ben, is to take the organisation through a journey of innovation and transformation to ensure that we remain relevant to our customer base. Mm-hmm. The board saw in me, with my experience in travel tourism and also in destination marketing, combined with my experience at Lend-Lease and also in a natural skincare company, that allows me to actually bring all my capabilities and skills together to really shape YHA for the future, and to really lead it through not only the challenging times that we've got now, but on an ongoing journey to make sure that we have a sustainable business model.
That's great. Thank you. And look, a lot of CEOs get looked at from a connection to workforce perspective. Coming in, have you stayed in any youth hostels as part of your getting to know the business? Yeah,
absolutely. It's going through the interview process. It was one of the things for me was really to get an understanding of it. So even before I was appointed to the role, I actually stayed in YHA Harbour, which is down at the Rocks, and found that to be an amazing experience. Not what I expected at all. Very different type of guests and clients, some grey nomads, some international backpackers, some, kind of young Australians, really mixed, and really wanted to kind of think, was this really the true demographic of YHA? So then I looked to actually go to the YHA in Bondi, and that was a completely different experience and a completely different YHA, and that was South American backpackers surfing down at Bondi every day. So I've had an experience at kind of both ends of the spectrum of YHA. And when the restrictions are lifted from a COVID point of view, I actually plan to get to all 70 hostels by the end of the year. So I've got a pretty heavy travel schedule coming up.
Okay, well, good luck with that, and keep us posted. Support Youth Hostels Australia. Back to the word youth and youthful, is the business for young people only, and how does that work?
Yeah, sure. In our mission, we focus and we say that we are about youth. and providing youth that experience of travelling around Australia. So whether they're Australians or backpackers, it doesn't matter. But our product allows people that are youthful or young at heart, or those people that really just want a different type of experience, are all welcome and all stay and use Youth Hostels of Australia. So that's really important to us, that we actually get a broad dynamic and allow people to explore and enjoy a youth hostel whenever and wherever they like it.
You've got a huge opportunity to really, help young Australians create unique experiences, I suppose. Does that play into your business model?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, giving youth the experience of travel, and what we believe is that through experiences, people and youth, and everybody for that matter, through travel, people learn and people develop and people really build, confidence. So for us, what our mission really is to inspire youth or others to travel around Australia, to build their confidence. And with confidence and with those unique experiences, it actually builds resilience and also mental health. So we think we've got a part to play in allowing people to travel around Australia, have unique experiences, and really do something for themselves through that whole experience part, which really then provides lifetime experiences. So that's where the mission works for us and where we like to focus on it.
It's a pretty cool role to have. And look, you mentioned resilience, you mentioned mental health. Does the organisation have a position and a focus on resilience and mental health?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously it's become really more relevant during these times where people have been locked down, and our business is certainly in hibernation and struggling and challenged. So, mental health, not only for the guys that work within YHA, which are all a passionate group of people. Well, I'm really focused on their mental health and rolling out programs for them, because they're having to deal in certain situations with kind of some difficult guests. But also what we also provide when people stay with us is that ability to connect with others. And now whether that's kind of making sure that it's safe distancing and connecting, but certainly our hostel managers, or I like to call them as hosts, really like to actually get people together. And one of the best ways to do it, believe it or not, is actually the old-fashioned bingo. Everybody loves a game of bingo, and you should see the guys go off when they, have games evenings with, a few drinks. It's a real fun time down at a hostel to witness that.
We'll have to make sure we get on down there and have a dab. Love those dab pens. Yeah, Paul, I've never personally stayed at a hostel. Help me understand why I would stay at a hostel instead of a low budget hotel.
Yeah, there's a couple of words that I'd probably say to you that we have that nobody else can do within accommodation space. We can give people unique experiences. We can also give people that ability to actually mix and be part of a community. The guys, when we have full occupancy, it's like a mini United Nations. There's a whole range of people from different cultures, different countries, speaking different languages, but all being in that same space, and there for the same purpose, to experience travel around Australia. So in a hotel, it's a little bit different. We have everything in one's area, so people can kind of be together, meet each other, and have that unique community experience.
That sounds powerful. I'm sure there's a real atmosphere when the football's on.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when England's playing Australia in soccer.
No comment.
No comment.
I've got to ask this question. I ask it to every CEO. If you could travel back in time and visit yourself on day one of this job, what advice would you give yourself?
Yeah, Ben, it's only been a short period of time, but I think the opportunity of actually engaging with everybody across the organisation on day one would have been the best thing I could have done. Everybody is going through their own stresses and strains and struggles, working on job keepers, reduced hours, not a normal environment. If going back and talking to those guys on day one and explaining about the changes that we're going to go face and we continue to face in our operating model, that probably would have been the best thing I could have done on day one. Look, it took me another few days to get there, But I think, you know, a new CEO, everybody wanted to understand, you know, what was going on, you know, what was my agenda. The power of Zoom getting to multiple people instantaneously was really the opportunity that, you know, I could have embraced a little bit quicker. That's probably the area that I would have focused on straight away. Hence, what I do now is I have a weekly CEO chat where I get between 30 to 80 people on Zoom, 30 minutes, just talk about what's going on in the business, what's happening. That's probably one of the most powerful times of my week, engaging with all the team.
That's fantastic. It's you know, makes a real difference, doesn't it? Staying connected, and I think with all the you know, the emotional roller coaster that Australia's sort of gone through, it's more pertinent than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also that just that connectedness is really important, and I think from our side of things, you know, keeping the team together. Yes, it'd be great to be, you know, kind of in the same office. But that connectedness on Zoom and bringing everybody together is so powerful.
Paul, it's been a pleasure interviewing you, and thank you so much for sharing your insights. We wish you and the team all the success for the next chapter. It certainly sounds like an exciting one, and look forward to hearing more about your hostel adventures as you get to know the remaining ones. Yeah, thanks, Ben. Really enjoyed having a nice chat. And thanks for the opportunity of sharing the YHA story with you. We'll talk soon. Absolutely. Take care, Paul.